So one of my favorite questions, should you be on Substack? What will it do for you, and why is it worth going to yet another platform? So you maybe are reading this because you're kind of wondering if LinkedIn is ever going to serve your content to people again. I know, I get it, but LinkedIn is LinkedIn. You also want to get in on new platforms when they are kind of burgeoning at this very initial part of momentum, because momentum is crucial. And if you're there on the front end, which Substack is still on kind of the front end of the momentum, get there faster than other people, even before you totally understand what you're doing there, and just start. That is a very cool secret of thought leadership. You ever wonder why some people have this big following, and why did they get the following? What in the world? Their stuff is mediocre at best. It's because they got there early. They got there early, so they scooped up all the gains, and they were there first when people started to join and are following each other. So Substack is amazing. It is an ecosystem where other writers can refer your writing to their audience. So you're going to grow because of that, and you can do the same. You can host your podcast on Substack. Yes, I host my podcast on Substack. So I'll record a podcast just like this one, where I'm just shoving some tactics at you. So you go ahead and get started on your thought leadership work. But those podcasts can go and disseminate through there. And not just that, they will send an email to the people that follow you and are subscribed to your stuff. So if they subscribe to your Substack and you send out a podcast, they will get an email. You send out a new blog, they will get an email. Do you know how helpful that is? If you don't currently have email marketing set up to send out your content, just know this is huge. Now, you might not get that perfect, amazing segmentation that you would if you were using an email marketing provider like MailChimp, but you don't have to do that anymore. That step, what it did is, if like you wrote something cool and you sent it out just through email, no one would ever see it again unless they got that email, unless they were subscribed to your list. So this is going to be a landing place for all of your ideas. Your writing, your speaking even. It even has an integration with YouTube. So you want to go where it's hot. And now, will it be hot in 3 more years? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But you go to where the audience is. So if your audience is into business or tech or journalism or national events, politics, you name it, it is hot for all of those things. And the only way to know if your audience is there is if you go check it out too. Now, you may get there and be like, well, what do I have to offer? Look at everybody who's here. Look at everything that's happening. Don't ever feel that way. Your thought leadership is different than anybody else's. It really is. Right now, when I look out the window, I live in Texas. I have land. I have acres. I have people mowing in the beautiful sunset of Texas. That socioeconomic difference between me and what I see out my window, what you see when you look out your window, combined with all of my lived experience, all of my expertise, everything that I love, everything that makes me mad, everybody who's ever mentored me, all of this combines to make my voice unlike anybody else's voice out there, even with an accent. So I know I have something to offer. Now, when I put my stuff out there on Substack, my thoughts, ideas, and thought leadership, what I am going to do is make sure that it says something. I am not going to go with something boring as a title, because already there are lots of people coming to Substack, and there are lots of boring titles, and you're not boring. So choose like a 4 or 5 word title for your Substack, and stand strong in that spice, because without it, it will blend in and no one will see it, and it will not drive people, and you want to drive people. And if it's abstract, that's not going to help either. Help people understand what's going to happen there and what they're going to get in their inbox. There are paid options to help you get money for your Substack, but you know what? That can throw people off a lot. I wouldn't want you to get thrown off right now. I want you to just get moving and get writing. So focus on the writing. Focus on a great title and a cadence that you can pilot this program with. Piloting this, what might look like, hey, once a week, I'm going to go put a piece of writing there. I'm going to maybe do a note once a week, and maybe a longer form piece called a post on Substack, maybe every other week. But really, I would go all in right now. Most of you are on LinkedIn. You are trying to do something on LinkedIn. I get it. Right now, LinkedIn is about as slow as molasses for most people. And the stuff that we're seeing is like 2-3 weeks old. It's just they're going through some changes, and that's fine. But I would take every